I'm not hearing you through the stream, Selma.
Welcome, uh, Riot Pups, Riot Wolves, and Chosen Children of Fenrir. This is Season 2 of The Gentlemen of Four Outs. Session 1, A New Life, A New Day, A New Life. Last time, the world went upside down for 4 of our now 5 heroes and villains alike. And life is just taking off. Would you all like to introduce yourselves in your new bodies and new lives, starting with Sukos?
Okay, so this is why I asked for certain things before the game started. I don't know what the situation is.
So, you have just touched face on the lands of Galarian, roughly around where your tokens are, in the worst part of Viduran, the Lion Lands, specifically the coast of it. You just got here. However, the memories have taken hold all the same.
Oh boy.
So tell us about Senkar, the Red Queen.
So, as you may or may not know, in the previous iteration of this campaign, I played a little kobold capitalist named Sir Baron Berrycloth. And we have, along with 4 of the other members of the party, have been sucked through a portal to Galarian. And in the process, we have been transformed into different beings than we were beforehand. According to the explanation we were given, we have actually been fused with alternate universe versions of ourselves. And so when we meet Senkar, the Red Queen, she is not actually the Red Queen yet, although she looks the spitting image of her. Washed up on the shore somewhere, there is a somewhat sickly-looking, brightly red-colored lizard folk. Anyone familiar with lizard folk would know that this individual is starving and weak at this moment. For she has just escaped from her family's cruel torment. Long ago, her family's and one of her ancestors found out how to force herself to have children via parthenogenesis, basically a way that lizards can have virgin births. And this has transformed over time from a monastic tradition of asceticism to a very cruel family secret. And so she escaped from her homeland of Droon, and she ran through the jungles. A long way, further than she even had thought. And as she lay dying, Berrycloth's transition to this world occurred. So now she has to find food, shelter, and some way to deal with life outside of the sheltered prison cloister that she once inhabited. With the help of Berrycloth's experiences, memories, and a dash of his personality.
Vanguard, would you like to introduce your character to everyone?
I was having a hard time where to start, honestly.
Just go for it. We gotta kill time before Commodore gets here.
Yeah, fair point, I suppose. I get tongue-tied. For those of you that were here during the first season, you will recall that I played a samurai by the name of Choju Giga. And while I did enjoy playing them, the flip side to it is I felt like it was fun. And you can thank Selma here for that. But I'm sorry, guys. I kind of woke up a few minutes ago.
Are you okay?
Yeah, getting tongue-tied for the most part. And my voice is still not all better. Mostly the voice.
Alright.
I just recovered, so I apologize if I just randomly stop. This extends to the audience as well. I'm sorry you had to hear me say that. And honestly, I kind of... Yeah. I got sick when I was actually going to write the backstory down, so I'm going off memory.
If you need time to get your thoughts together, someone else can go.
I'd appreciate it.
Alright. Proud Mandrake. It is your turn now.
Alright then, so, for those of you who were following us during Season 1, all whopping 4 episodes of it, you'll know that I was playing Pierre Arsenal Monet, a rather flamboyant seahorse pirate from France, who had a thing for hedonism and bucking authority and fairy worship. So, in the rather earth-shaking climax to Season 1, he saw 4 members of his crew, his friends, his lovers, and one of his sons, get obliterated instantaneously
Hey,
by...
Commodore.
Yes, thank you for interrupting me.
Sorry.
Commodore can get his token sorted in the background while we do this.
Mm-hmm. I gotta go last so I can sort my thought.
Right. As I was saying, the good captain just saw his loved ones get obliterated by a dragon, and, that kind of did a real number on his head. But in the transition to this other world, Pierre transformed into / merged with his alternate universe counterpart, Proud Mandrake, a Gnoll tribe leader in charge of the small Darkroot tribe. Now in this universe, the alternate universe counterparts of the crew members who are lost met a similar end and left a similar impression on Proud Mandrake that it did on Pierre. So, obviously the big thing is Proud Mandrake and company are still reeling both from this sudden transition and from the loss. Now, this is also where the knowledge that we had only just come here would come in handy, because part of my backstory was dependent on already being here for a few days, but I'll adapt. So basically, now foisted into this new role of a tribe leader in this unfamiliar world, gripping with loss, Proud Mandrake basically desperately went to the tribe shrine asking for anyone to give him divine help, because since he was cut off from his original home, his powers as a worshiper of Reynard no longer mean anything, because Reynard ain't here. And the thing is, something answered Proud Mandrake, and he was empowered by a mysterious being that gave him great power over life, growth, and healing in exchange for bearing the burden of the power. So, Proud Mandrake is now an oracle of life. He's become obsessed with protecting and preserving those he loves, in order to never have to suffer a loss like the one he suffered again. And so he's willing to go to any lengths to protect his loved ones from harm, even at great personal cost. Even at great risk, even. So that's where things are sitting right now. Proud Mandrake, though probably not empowered at exactly this moment, although I suppose this could have happened before the shift, now that I'm thinking it, but Proud Mandrake is freshly empowered and struggling to, find out where to go next with these new blessings and burdens he has. But if there's one thing he knows for certain, he's going to protect his tribe at all costs. And as far as he's concerned, these weirdos that he crossed over with are part of the tribe too. Except for that weird snake over there. He doesn't know who that is.
Everwinter, care to introduce yourselves to everyone?
Hello. Oh, probably shouldn't have taken a sip of some of that spicy drink right before this. Hello. Everwinter. Most people call me Burb in this group. I am going to be the Nagaji fighter to help out this lot in welcoming them to the world of Golarion. Golarion. Most specifically, to the Mwangi Expanse. And this Nagaji, even though the best part about Nagaji is that there are a lot of different sorts of them, and they come in many shapes and sizes. For Choosy, my character in particular, the Sacred Nagaji, which is a lot more similar in body to a Lamia of sorts. Small cloak that goes down, quick description of their appearance. Small cloak that goes down between their midsection to waist. Does little to cover them from more than just the rain and nature scraping at their top half, leaving it quite open and flexible for essentially combat. Something that they're very familiar with, as the Mwangi Expanse is one built around survival within its jungles. Chainmail covers up chainmail often covers up the fine traveling clothes that they wear, trailing down lower than normally made for chainmail to go past that point where skin and scales merge for the Nagaji. A metal-looking whip is at their hip, which is their weapon, which is actually classed as a flail, a urami, or whip blade. They have a short bow as well on their back, as well as a dagger on across the chest belt. They hold themselves rather proudly, with blue eyes that rarely blink. The scales of their lower half is of such a deep green that it almost appears blue, like a mystic jade or similar, and to round out the general appearance of them is shoulder-length hazelnut colored hair. As for their background, nobody really knows where Chuzi came from within the Mwangi expanse. They never have said, or at least their replies seem to be always given of the last settlement that they were in. Traveling around with trade spice caravans to new areas, to see new cultures, follow the spice, follow the cooking, as they are rather curious about food and drink, a connoisseur to taste and enjoy before attempting to replicate, experimenting with what they scavenge and hunt on their travels between civilizations and settlements. Their manner is rather spiritual, and and by that I mean if anybody's watched Avatar, you could probably get an idea. Giving thanks in their own tongue, which, if anybody's watched Harry Potter, you probably know that the Nagashi language is supposed to be similar to Parseltongue. Giving thanks in their own tongue to their kills, blessings in their seek for knowledge of taste as they prep their work, and to a particular deity, Nalin Ivati. Should they find any poisons to cultivate or even cure? Though most of it's probably going to be cultivating, as they don't have medicine yet for a skill. Fighters don't get that much. Or found some snakes to help, because hey, the Nagashi really like helping snakes. They one day do hope to be capable of learning arcane magic, so they can add more to their prayers of thanks for knowledge. They are often staring unblinkingly, or blinking very, very little at the time, because hey, snake people, at things of curiosity when not occupied between cooking or performance, dancing being one of their favorite means of performing. Even with a more human top half, there is still snake features there, needing to rarely blink, as mentioned before, slit eyes, but they do have eyelids, like a human. Their skin is smoother than normal, and though they don't have a forked tongue, it is longer than a normal human. Yes, they can lick their chin and elbows. That generally about covers much of Chuzi.
Alright, Commodore, tell me about your character, Jerry R. Rogodori.
Jerry is... no, that name wrong to Ricky? No, that does not sound right. So many memories, so much change. It makes head hurt. From what Ricky remembers, Ricky grew up among his people among the Nashi. We, Gopi people.
Hear me?
Yeah, actually, they can half the time. I swear, goofy people.
There's nothing we can do if it happens. Apologies.
No, she was fucking with me. It's fine. She was just trying to be funny. Ricky grew up among the Nashi people.
Is that all?
No, I keep getting people walking on me every 2 minutes. Give me a second. Who else hasn't gone? Come back to me.
Alright, Vanguard, are you ready yet?
Yeah. With what I could think of, yes.
Alright.
Continuing off from that admittedly bad transition between me to Everwinter there. The new character being played is Siegfried Veriel, a lizard folk barbarian. Yeah. Sorry, that was my fault. He wants to take his roots quite seriously, and usually isn't going to act without being taunted first. Though when he does act, it's gonna hurt, and you're likely to bleed or die, or at the very least lose a limb. Thanks to the greatsword he carries with him, something he earned with pride. Though he tries to stick to his deity's belief, that of justice. Though what's his variant on this virtue? Simple. You harm a scaled creature, you die. As such, he can be reliable in a group, if a bit aggressive at points, or blunt when it comes to speed. But he's not necessarily evil, if you want to use the proper term. He'll usually act in defense of another if he believes that something's wrong. That said, though, he is extremely volatile, being a barbarian and all. During the transition here, Choju will have to contend with this new body and mind, as well as the ferocity that comes with it. Whether or not the others around will be capable of accepting his new state, only time will tell, really. Though he intends, like before, to defend them until his demise. And that's it.
Alright, Commodore, are you ready? One moment. It is now time for our first break.
Really?
What happened? Uh-oh.
Someone needs his advertising shackles.
I didn't know that when you did that with Twitch, you had to do advertising.
Yeah. I'm part of the affiliated group.
welcome back. Sorry for the ad break. I hope y'all took the time to get your water, your drinks, and your pisses out. 'Cause we'll be here for a while.
We still have one more person to go over, I
Indeed.
believe.
Commodore, are you ready?
Let's try this again. Take 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
Jerry. No, that name is wrong. Ricky does not. Who is Ricky? So many memories all at once. There was this flash of light and portals. I do not know what this means. Ricky comes from the place of his people, among the Nashis. He grew up among the farmlands, but it was when the gunpowder first found its way to him that Ricky found his calling. Not normal for Nashi to change jobs, but technically working on farm, not job. Since then, he has spent much time traversing the world, trying to understand the uses of this black powder he has discovered. It seems that there are others like him who have learned of it, and he has learned much from them. But then, this other mind, a port, a ship, a dragon. Yes, this makes more sense to Ricky now. Or is it Jerry? Who is Rogadori? I do not even know that name. Either way, I found my way with these lizard people into the marshlands. We came here for... I do not remember why, but I trust them. Ricky and Jerry trust them. What this means for us, I will learn soon enough. It will be difficult, but... Ooh, that's an interesting plant. I'm sorry, what were we talking about?
And with that, we can now continue with the story.
Totally not my justification for playing an ADD raccoon.
ADD raccoon.
I'm never not gonna call the Nashi ADD raccoons. They're ADD.
Yeah, you got a point.
Alright, as you all are on the shores of Vidrian, the former Savangarian crown jewel of a colony recently thrown off its shackles and is now a representative democracy. You are in what is known as the Lionlands, a place filled teeming to the brim with dangers. Specifically the coast of this region. It is most famous for its overpopulation of lion prides in the area that are stronger and much better at swimming than their ilk because of the floods that took place during the revolution. Having been forced to learn how to swim, and swim very fast, to hunt and to survive, they are much stronger. You see before yourselves many familiar and unfamiliar faces, if that can make sense to you.
This does not make sense to me.
Some of you feel like you know each other, but at the same time, cognitive dissonance takes place and says that you don't. Yet you trust each other all the same. Before you also lies several deltas, endings of, and beginnings of several rivers leading inland. What shall you do?
Choosy just stares at the rest of the group as they seem to be struggling with inner demons and, well, that raccoon one over there just seems to have a very low attention span. But that is okay. Choosy makes up for that in aces.
Alright, so we are just right here in this place where we got spit out / merged with
You are
our
correct.
counterparts. Okay, so there's nothing in particular happening at this moment, right?
You hear the chirpings of unknown entities in the distance. Almost reptilian chirping. But aside from that, everything seems peaceful for now.
Now, I have to ask, did anything else get dredged through that otherworld portal with us?
Well, Proud Mandrake, at your foot is a treasure chest fucking flooded with dirt. That looks like different kinds of dirt from all across the world.
Okay. Fun. So I don't know, since I guess Proud Mandrake is the closest thing to leadership material around here, given that he's been leaders in both of the past lives leading up to this point. I guess he'll just sort of look around to the to the other players lying about and to the ragged remnants of his tribe, no doubt nearby, and say, in common, well, it's no use just standing around here. We probably ought to get somewhere safe.
You say that like we are not safe right now.
The lizard folk, who is showing clear signs of being in a bad way, is currently heading towards one of the nearby rivers to see if the water is safe to drink.
Alright, well, I don't know, seeing that Proud Mandrake would follow for no other reason than to double check her work.
Would I be able to smell if the water was like bad or something?
You might be able to.
Sure, follow.
Would
because it is
nature or
interesting.
survival be helpful here?
Yes,
Yes.
I was about to say, would nature or survival be used in this?
Well, I have survival, but not nature, so...
I have said yes.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and roll a survival roll, if that's alright with you.
Very
I think
well.
it's just click on the survival button to roll.
That is a 20 on the roll.
Do I get any bonus from my nature check?
It says if you do or not.
Well, Keen Senses never says if you do or not. That's why I'm asking, because
okay.
it's situational.
Oh, okay.
Could you repeat that question for me?
I have Keen Senses, which gives me a scent-like ability. Do I get any bonuses to a nature check for that?
I do not believe you do.
Okay.
When you roll worse than the barbarian.
But barbarians usually have survival.
Yeah, that tends to be a barbarian thing.
My
Same-
point is I rolled bad.
Sankar, you rolled a critical success on your survival, and Proud Mandrake, you have rolled a success.
And the results?
One moment. Sankar,
Yes.
you get an excellent sense of where you are. You are in the river delta just outside of the Lionlands, outside of Vidrian. The lands are teeming with wild creatures that are stronger than usual post an enormous flood that happened during and sustained during most of the revolution that made Vidrian where it's supposed to be these days. You know your cardinal directions to the north, south, east, and west. You know that Anthosis, the capital of Vidrian, is, if you head down, continue heading up the coast, you'll eventually hit it. You also know that to your east is Omianango and Mizali. But that's also further up into the Lionlands and further up the river in both cases.
So, the question I was attempting to answer with the survival check was, is the water nearby, is there drinkable water nearby, and or can I make it drinkable?
Boil it.
Yep.
In that case, if you go up the river, there will be drinkable water. However, where you're currently standing, it is salt water.
Right. So, so she's going to test the water, and she is going to, start going upriver, because she can tell as she tastes the water, it gets less and less salty as she goes upriver. Meanwhile, she's going to be on the lookout for some, for, small game, berries, herbs, anything that might be, that she might be able to eat.
Seeing the rather malnourished lizard folk, Cheesy will pull some rations out of their bag to offer to the lizard folk.
Okay.
Are you still going to be doing subsisting?
I mean, so, Sankar looks at the rations and at the Naga with a mixture of abject hunger and suspicion. She considers for a moment that the hunger ultimately wins as she takes a bit of bark off a tree, shakes it into a small bowl, and begins trying to start a fire.
Can Choosy help with the fire?
You can.
Oh, primitive fire making. I never learned how to do that. Could you show me?
Pulling out some flint and steel and getting a bit of dry dry what's it called when you use a little bit of
Tinder.
Kindling?
tinder? Yes, kindling. Yes, pretty much getting a bit of dry material for kindling, and pulls out some flint and steel to spark up a fire to get it going. After clearing the spot around it. Don't want to start a forest fire.
And well, Sankar takes a little bit of water in the makeshift little bark bowl that she has gotten, and she starts drinking some of the fresh water just to hydrate herself, and then she collects some more and brings it back to where the Naga is starting the fire.
Now, Pathfinder 2e hasn't put a mess kit, essentially, traveling cooking.
Yeah,
kit.
there's a cooking supplies kit, but it's like almost like a full field kitchen.
Yes, well, I wasn't gonna buy something like that. They don't have something like small, like a single pot pan and stuff. So, essentially, I would have it in my inventory as, mess kit, and would have spent the money on it, but because Pathfinder 2e does not have that unless you're going for a full-blown caravan kitchen.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I would, Choosy would pull out a mess kit to, well, help out with some cooking and all that, as some various spices, small packets of spices and dried food bits get added to the pot.
And
they'll scavenge around for some other stuff to make some food for everybody else.
yeah, so the
Which I
lizard
roll for scavenging.
So, if you're all doing a subsistence, I need you to roll nature once more.
Nature.
What is subsistence necessarily?
It is improving your living conditions either food-wise or shelter-wise, which is what you are doing.
Okay. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention with Jerry Ricky, he doesn't wear shoes. He has a pair, he just doesn't wear them.
Don't worry.
Which is
Choosy
even
doesn't wear any either.
well.
No
It's
survival
odd for
this time?
it's odd for a Nashi not to wear them.
Alright, so this is a lush forest in the middle of a tropical region. That would be an untrained difficulty, so 3 of you now have done a critical. So, that would mean that you so the 3 of you who have done it so far can provide a subsistence living for yourself and 1 additional creature. Alternatively, you can improve your own food and shelter, granting yourself a comfortable living.
Is it possible if I spend both of my little successes that I can improve the quote-unquote camp's living? Like make it a little bit nicer, maybe?
I would
Um,
say that that would probably be closer to crafting as a skill.
Survival is so. What subsistence is literally you are living off the land and getting the bare minimum. Like if you do well a given day, and you get more food, you either have enough to live comfortably for a little bit, or you have enough to share.
And could I also roll my cooking lore to show off to the new group of people that they kind of just ran into
Sure.
in their search for new spices and exotic things for this connoisseur snack.
You may roll your cooking lore.
So 17 for the food to be tasty, considering it was just fresh from the dirt.
So, allow me to find out what that actually means result-wise real quick.
Normally crafting would be used, but cooking lore can also be used for the for literally cooking food and drink.
I meant for improving the camp, not cooking.
Oh, improving the camp.
Because I know engineering.
Oh, engineering. Go ahead and roll that.
I mean, it's literally the same roll either way, but I assume engineering lore gives a better result.
Probably.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back again.
Yep.
That,
Ooh.
with the resources you have on hand, both of you would have a critical. The cooking would have been a 5, and the engineering would have been a 15.
So yes, tasty nom nom.
Yep.
Speaking of, geez, Sukos has to learn to start muting his mic when he leaves. Okay, so speaking of the camp, I assume that since I am part of like a tribal group of gnolls, that we do have some kind of camp or base or something nearby, right?
Possibly.
Okay. Oh, good.
We'll come
You gotta
back.
start muting when you leave, Sukos. That echoes. Anyway, so I don't know. So what exactly does possibly mean? Like,
Well, what can I say? You have been here for an unknown amount of time, and you are disoriented. You did
Right.
roll your survival to navigate, but you only got a success, so you aren't entirely lost. You don't have precise ideas of where everything is.
alright, so I don't know, I guess as he sees, the people going about making the camp, I guess he's gonna go ahead and speak up and say, "Yep, you all got the right idea. Why don't we just hunker down here for the night until we get our bearings a bit better?"
The lizard folk, Sankar, is still entirely focused on the food being made and boring hunger with the knowledge that Berrycloth has brought, that if she just gorges herself, she'll probably die.
Yes, don't worry. Seeing malnourished people, Choosy does make sure that you drink slowly and also eat slowly to not put your body into shock. They've seen that a bit too many times when they made food for others.
Refeeding is a horrible disease.
Real
Yep.
fact right there.
I imagine that a malnourishment is unfortunately common in the Mwangi Expanse. And not despite the abundance of natural food sources.
In Vidrian, that most definitely did apply at one point in time. The Sargarvians are not exactly liked for a reason.
But as she slowly eats, you see the white splotches begin to fade from her scales as they go into the bright, almost sunburned looking, if it wasn't a lizard folk, shade that her scales have otherwise had. And as she eats more and more and becomes a little bit more hardy, those scales darken into a deep scarlet red.
Better now?
Better. Yes. If I read the land right, we are in Vidrian Lion Lands. If we go up the river far enough, we'll reach Mazzali. If we follow the coast north, we'll reach the capital, Thusis.
Which would we be more welcomed at?
This gaggle? Probably Mazzali, but can we make it that far?
He looks to the slowly recovering lizard folk, looks to his horse, looks back to the lizard folk. Good question.
Would be safer to go to Enthusis, but I'd like to stay here and recover some more.
Then we stay the night.
At least, you look like shit coming in here. Let's not risk you any more than we need to.
Hearing the name of Enthusis, Choosy will pull out their compass to see which direction is north and then point in that direction. Enthusis! As they speak up for the first time.
The bits and pieces only get to you.
It's not quite in that direction. You just have to follow the shore.
You just give a blank look.
Then, does the shore turn eastward at all? Toward
Yes.
the rising sun? Then she's not totally wrong. That would be possibly in that direction if we did as the birds do.
Yes, there's a large natural bay. Enthusis is on the shore, but if we take the shore north and move with the ocean, we'll get there.
Won't do any good in your state. We stay here.
Well, I mean, she could ride the horse, but again, I don't
There-
know this area.
There are other reasons that I have not to go now.
Speaking of, do we know who our guest is?
Hmm?
Choosy is just humming at the little campfire, stirring the stew.
Does Ricky recognize our friend?
Choosy does not appear to be familiar to any of you.
Not to either version?
Nope.
I thought she was some kind of native. And he'll speak in both common and then polyglot afterwards and ask, "Do you speak either of these, darling?"
Not understanding and nobody directing, nobody catching their attention with any words that they've recognized. Just continues humming and stirring at the campfire as they make sure the food doesn't burn.
I guess that's a no.
On a complete absolute limb, he'll also try and goblin and give her a tap on the shoulder before speaking.
Looking behind them, and then being asked in Goblin, they make a rather funny face at that, and kinda scoots themselves between you and the campfire.
He just
The-
rolls his
the-
eyes.
Another
Wonderful.
rejection.
So the lizard Senkar, she slowly creeps herself up to the Naga, and she says, "So," and then she switches to Iruksi, the lizard folk language. Does our Scalekin guest speak lizard folk? Or perhaps, and then she switches to Sylvan, the language of the Fae?
I know that one.
At hearing the more elven language, they put their hands up to their ears with fingers pointing out at the tips, and give it a smile. They know that you're talking in Elven. They, however, do shake their head as they don't understand Elven either.
Sylvan, not Elven.
Elven, Sylvan,
Same shit, different
the
word.
language of the elves.
No.
I said language of the Fae.
Oh, language of the Fae. I'm sorry, I thought you said Elven. I am very sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
at
it said
the
Sylvan.
Sylvan thing.
Yes, Sylvan.
Okay, at the Sylvan part, never mind on the ear thing, but at the Sylvan, they think for a moment, and then they pull out a silver piece to hand over to how do you pronounce your name?
Senkar.
Sankar. To hand over to Senkar, and then gives a thumbs up. I will subtract a silver piece.
Okay. I'm gonna. Where's my character sheet? Oh, I'm looking at it. It's just, oh, my action list is massive.
There.
Yeah,
there,
that's like.
They might not understand Sylvan, but they do know Fey creatures like the shinies, and that is a very shiny silver piece.
Yeah, she looks at the silver piece, all kind of blankly. I was like,
Rogodori starts laughing.
and then she says, in a slightly more imperious tone, "I don't suppose you speak Draconic either."
They just tilt their head to the side, quizzically,
We'll have to
listening,
fix that somehow.
staring unblinkingly with interest. They make a good listener if they could understand.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
start-
the two lizard, the two scaly members of the party just kind of stare at each other unblinkingly until Senkar just gives that little lizardy tongue flick.
Choosy just gives a blep.
May I see that coin for a moment?
Can't understand us.
As long as you don't steal it.
Oh, you can have it back. I'm just curious about its mint.
And yeah, so she hands Jerry the coin.
And he'll sit his little fuzzy butt right next to the fire and try to see if he recognizes where this coin was minted. What kind of heraldry is on the coin itself?
Probably from the last place that they were at, Enthusis or Nantambu.
Not that Jerry has heraldry, but you know what I meant.
Because that was the last two stops that they have made. before running into you guys in their quest for seeking more ingredients of the tasties.
As you start making inroads to camaraderie, the chirping that you heard earlier in the afternoon gets louder, and brushwork begins to shuffle in the distance.
What direction is it?
To your east.
With a soft pat to the Null's head, Siegfried would get their attention and point east. And
Without it,
raising one arm to grab the hilt of their blade.
without missing a beat, Jerry picks up his pistol, aims way too much overhead to hit anything, and fires one of the barrels. Boom.
At that loud bang, pretty much, Choosy quickly draws that whip-like blade, just looking around.
And
What's
then
that for?
we're obviously being followed. Have you not noticed? And then he's going to yell in very, very loud, very parade ground polyglot. If you understand this language, turn away. We're not worth it.
Chirp, 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 chirp.
Shit, they're beasts.
Ah,
Yes, and
Oh.
you have given away our position to every intelligent being within 10 miles.
Oh, more like a mile. This thing's really not that loud.
It
Could I,
doesn't matter. More meat for the fire.
Well,
Plus,
you
sorry.
see the birds
Soma.
over there? Everyone within 10 miles.
I mean, do you think they saw anything but the fire for more than 10 miles?
Oh,
Yeah, same
Yeah.
with me.
Yeah, can't control the token.
I can.
I can control mine.
I'm trying to understand why this keeps happening with him. It should just be auto-connected to our characters.
It's likely that y'all didn't do the things right, so which ones do I need to delete again?
I
Various token. Fox boy.
Yep, just the fox.
There we go.
But yeah, you have to right-click when you put down tokens and all. You would end up having to right-click and make sure that it says that the people that own the token, what the token is of, that they do own it and can control it as well.
So, do me a quick favor. Pull another version of my token out for me. No, you pull out. I'm trying to make sure I got it fixed this time.
There.
There we go. I think I fixed it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because what you're talking about, Soma, is essentially something that can only be done on the GM layer. Like, we can put a token on our sheet, but if you pull it off off the sheet for us without doing the one stuff where if you pull it off, we can still control it, then we would not be able to control it. It's all on GM base. We can make a token, but we have to pull it off our sheet unless you set it up otherwise.
Wow, that is exceptionally stupid. Oh well.
There's
It
a
is.
reason I support
That's why
Foundry.
Sukos complained about it earlier.
Hmm. Are you all ready?
I'm ready.
I would
Have
like
been.
you all to roll whatever initiative you feel is appropriate, given your situation.
Well, with 2E, there's only one initiative button.
But you
you
can.
It's skill based.
So your initiative, from my reading of the rules, your initiative is based on whatever skill you were using at the time you got the encounter. So because as much as I would like to use deception or stealth, I was not doing either of those things. So my initiative will just be my perception.
I've always been using my perception.
I think mine ends up being my intimidation.
Yeah,
With
you
the
did
big
try to
bang?
intimidate.
Oh wait, they're actually. I didn't see
Who
there was a
clicked the
drop down for
token?
that.
Yeah.
I definitely clicked my token that time.
Try moving your token and then clicking it.
Weird. Oh, I know what you're doing.
You're
Initiative is
rolling.
under the perception tab. You're rolling perception. Initiative is to the right of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
It's
need
right
to hit
above your
the-
listed senses.
Middle one. Hit the middle one. There you go.
There you go.
Alright, so do I have to stick with the 7 or can we stick with the first one you got?
Do it whichever.
Which was 15. Yeah. We'll stick with the
Alright.
first, because that's what I usually do.
Alright. Alright.
So, first off. Second off. Third off. I'm actually doing it now. The right way. Third off. Fifth off.
Wow, someone actually beat me.
Sixth off.
Oh, 2 people. Damn.
Yeah, most of us rolled really low.
Yeah. Nat 5s.
Alright.
I'll take it over a 1.
You hear the chirping of creatures in the distance. Do any of you wish to roll nature?
Sure.
Yes, these.
You hear the tall tale sounds as you both critical of a Compitheciasis. Several of them, actually. They are known for a venomous bite and hunting in small roving groups. Often capable of taking down things much bigger than you are. They are.
If they work right.
In packs, yes.
Alright. And with that, one moment.
While we're waiting on him, does anybody know how much shot actually costs? I didn't get a chance to look how much ammo costs.
I think it's like I can't remember how much firearm shot costs.
Arrows were copper, so I'd wager firearms are silver.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Alright. You see one bolt right this direction. as it launches out of the brush. And it moves. As its second action, Y. Toward you. Sengar, the Red Queen.
I guess all I can really do is hope that it doesn't hit me too hard.
Alright. Does that hit your initiative? I mean, your AC.
My AC, yes, that hits my AC. It is not critical, though.
Alright. It hit, right?
Yes, that hits.
I need you to roll your fortitude save.
My fortitude save, my worst save. That is
Really?
a 23.
You
Not
critically
20.
succeeded.
Nat
20.
20.
That is a critical
that is-
success.
That
Alright, so I critically succeed and I take 1 point of damage. Where are my hit points?
I think for poisons on enemies with natural poisons, that means that you're now immune to that specific creature's poison for such and such amount of time.
usually it's a day.
I do believe that's right.
At least from my other Pathfinder 2e experience, it is.
You
So
are...
nice, not 20.
Yeah. Next. This one goes, and goes after... you. Proud Mandrake. And does this hit?
Let's see. The 15, right?
Yep.
Yes, that hits.
6 damage.
Is it a critical?
I don't know. My AC is 13. That's only 2 above.
It is
Yeah,
not.
no,
if I
that's-
remember right, a
that-
crit is 10.
I need to see your fortitude saves, madam. Ooh,
Oh, that's a...
that is a critical, I believe.
Nope. That's not a crit fail. Not yet.
No, he's 1 point
lower
away
it would have
from it.
been.
Yeah,
You start the first stage of being poisoned. Roll 1d6, and you start the next round in feebled.
Enfeebled 1.
Yes.
I think that's just a reduction.
Hey, not that
Pretty
much
sure
poison
of it.
damage.
Two. Oh, you already rolled. I was like, why isn't it showing stuff?
Yeah, it says right next to stage 1, it already rolled the d6.
Alright, Siegfried Variel, your turn.
You cut out.
Siegfried Variel, your turn.
Alright. Gonna move like that to here. And I'm gonna start raging.
Alright.
+2 to damage, -1 to my AC. Yeah, -1 to AC, +2 damage, and I can't take things with concentrate unless it also has the raid trait. Not
Alright.
that it matters. I'm going to swing my greatsword at this one.
Swing it.
There's the attack.
You have more than one attack?
It's built in as to have all 3 of your actions usable at any time.
Oh, that's useful.
Yeah,
So,
and I just have to roll the damage separately if they hit.
So if you want to roll them all together, you just click on the name of the weapon and then
that
number
is
2
a
and number 3
critical. You
beside
need
it.
to roll your critical damage.
I think I have to roll damage first and then
Yes.
it shows.
Yep.
Bonus to damage is 2 because I'm raging. Crit dice are 1, I believe. Oh my god!
Splatity splooty. So, you know how in, like, the Pathfinder, like, computer tabletop game, how if you hit some,
Yeah.
you're way over leveled for an encounter, the body just explodes? That's what happens there.
It's supposed to represent you did way too much damage in one blow and killed him that way.
Damn it!
It's also,
Damn it!
also-
Now you can't carve the Jaggy.
I know, I was about to say, Susie just like looks in horror at just all that meat just going flying off in different directions. I can't
More
cook
tasty
it if it's...
giblets later.
you can
And
still cook it.
that's all 3 actions.
You can still cook it.
Move,
Now it's just
rage,
recut.
and then attack.
Wait, no, you should still have an action.
No,
No,
raging
that
cost
was
an action,
move.
movement cost 1, attack cost 1.
Yeah, that was
Okay, so-
3.
So
Alright.
raging costs an action? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
rage now costs an action. It's not free anymore. Though I think at later levels they can rage and swing.
Depending.
Yeah, if you get the one thing, class feat.
Yeah, it's feat related.
This one, seeing its cohorts get smashed, goes for the path of least resistance and tries to bite twice.
Against me. I'm sure it's against me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So both of those
ooh.
hit.
6 damage total. I don't think those crit, do they?
No, they don't crit.
Okay.
That
You
is-
are immune to the poison, so I'm not gonna bother rolling it.
Mm-hmm. That's still chunky damage.
Why isn't the bar changing? That's annoying.
I can see it
I-
changing.
There it is.
I can't for some reason.
Oh, I forgot.
You gotta have bar show to players.
That's what I set it to when I set the token up.
And this one goes immediately
Now it's
after
working.
your barbarian companion. Do either of those hit you, barbarian?
A minute. I have 17 AC because I'm raging. So the first miss, the second hit.
Are we calculating our minuses for
It has
multi-strike?
to be.
Yes.
The numbers 2 and 3 are auto-calculated, I believe.
It looks like you rolled it correctly for mine, but not for the second one on yours. So that 22 should be an 18.
Alrighty.
So that's 1 damage, which only takes a chunk out of my temporary HP.
And rolling for the poison?
Ah, yeah. The fort save.
Fortitudeness. Saving and throw.
Ah, there it is. I also have a +1 racial boon to poisons.
Alright, you pass.
So, yeah, that was a 19 with the boon. So, good.
Alright. Proud Mandrake, your turn.
Right, so I'm. What did you say? Fatigued?
Enfeebled.
Enfeebled 1
Which-
specifically.
I think the condition for enfeebled is listed over here on the right.
Yep, got it. That would have been no help if I hadn't been looking up the particular spot on the sheet, by the way. But yeah,
Yeah.
okay, so I'm not having that. So no, I don't quite remember how multi-attacking works. There's a penalty that's applied.
You remember my attack that I did earlier, where it showed
Oh.
number 2 and number 3?
Oh,
Those
there's
are
a
the
2 and 3
multi-penalty
button.
attack penalties.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So each additional attack that you make has by default a -5 penalty, unless the weapon that you're using or the attack that you're using has the agile trait, which reduces it to -4 and -8.
All right.
Certain-
Well,
Yep. Certain classes can get even better reductions, like rangers and fighters.
well, you know what? Nobody's that hurt yet, and I'm not having that bite I just got. So you know what? I'm just gonna do a full round of bites against this compy next to me.
Those are grapples.
Well, no, but well, it's the attack roll, but the attack has the grapple property.
Which
Okay.
means that if they hit, they can spend an action to pretty much start a grapple
So,
automatically.
hit, fail.
The first 2 take it out.
Yep.
Okay, then that means your third one doesn't count
Or
because
you
the
can-
target was
you-
dead.
You could switch to a different target, but there's nobody in range, so you may, depending on what someone says, you might be able to take a different action with your third action.
There's a lizard folk almost at half health, literally.
Let the GM talk, Vanguard.
Alright, so you do have options. As for what they are, I'll leave that for you to decide.
Well, for my final action, then I'm gonna go ahead and take a step here. All right, and that'll be my turn.
Alright, did you roll your damage for your round of poisoning?
Let's see. So it's So what do I gotta roll? Another fortitude save?
Yep.
Yeah. If you fail, it'll advance to stage 2, which is a D8.
Roll a d8.
And you failed.
That is how much pain you go through.
All right.
You suffer for your art. And with that, it is the Straggler's turn, I believe. Yes. Which goes immediately after the Barbarian. Do either of those hit?
I'll be back in a minute.
Wait, but that's for
Vanguard?
Vanguard.
Vanguard, you were literally the one being attacked.
Vanguard!
He's already gone.
You have access to a sheet anyway, but Jesus.
What happened?
Vanguard got attacked and then said, "I will be right back," and walked off.
Well, it is a perfect time for another break.
Yeah, I'm going to take this.
I am literally going to the bathroom then because Jesus Christ.
All right, good. Bathroom. I'll do that too. Be right back.
Alright.
Commodore's still gone.
You took a hit. Does it hit?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the first one. 6 damage. That gets rid of all my remaining temporary HP. And it cut down my health a little too.
Alright. The Red Queen, what's your turn?
So on my turn, I am going to. Where is this action? I'm going to take the tumble through action. You stride up to your speed. During the movement, you can try to move through. Okay. So I need to make an acrobatics check against the enemy's reflex DC. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that check.
Why did that happen?
That is a 16. Reflex DC, DCs of stuff is generally 10 plus the,
10 plus.
the number, skill, modifier number,
So,
or saving throw number.
the reflex is...
Forgot to roll that. Oh my god! That's a crit!
Yep, that's
You-
a critical
you fail.
success.
That is a 10 plus 7 is that a fail.
Okay, so that's just a regular fail. So that is just a wasted movement. So I am going to attack this one here, with my claws instead.
Alright. That one doesn't go through.
Well, without much else in the way of things to do, I'm gonna hit another claw attack.
That one does.
That deals 2 slashing damage.
Plus 2.
Um,
And which one are you swinging at?
this one right here.
Alright. It's a little bruised for wear, but otherwise still alive.
And
Might
that's
wanna
gonna be
remove the
the
dead.
that's gonna be the end of my turn.
Okay. And
I
with
was
that,
hoping to get a sneak attack, but oh well.
Chussie,
Choosy. But, they are going to move around to being right here for one action, and then using their Urami to try and take a swing at the bottom one. $15 hit.
that hits. Roll it.
Alright. 10 damage. They still alive?
No, which one are you hitting?
On the bottom one. I said bottom. Alright. That case, then I will use my third and final action to go and swing
I'm
at
back.
the one to my
Go
right.
back.
That hits.
Told y'all I had to go to the bathroom.
You're fine, dude.
So did everyone else. We got back before you.
That is 5 damage, and if they are not dead, they are now off balance thanks to Snagging Strike, as my offhand is free.
They are off balance.
Yes,
Flat-footed,
they are off
basically.
balance.
Noted.
And that is my turn.
Flat-footed, I think, removes your dex.
No, it's just a flat -2 to your
But what
AC.
what that does do is give me the ability to sneak attack it.
Uh-huh.
If it's not dead by the time we
If
get
it's
to
not dead by the time we get to it, yeah.
Rugadori.
Yeah, we'll see.
Oh, I actually missed none. Wonderful. Okay, well, the big snake lady moved. That changed what I was going to do.
Can you heal?
No, I cannot heal. Well, I have a little bit of medicine. I don't think it's enough, though. No, I was going to try and use one of my abilities, but again, she moved. So, oh well. I see 2 of them still alive, right?
Going by image. That's all that's happening.
Yep, there are 2 alive still.
Reloading is an action, and then shooting 2 bullets is 2 actions?
I
Yes,
believe
no?
that's right.
Well, seeing no reason to leave the fire because it's nice and toasty, we're gonna take a reload action, and then take 2 pot shots.
Your gun shoots twice?
It's a double barrel.
Oh, nice.
It is a double barrel pistol.
Answer me
That's
something.
cool.
Is that 2 actions or 1?
That's why I just asked him. He said it was 2 actions to. Well, I could fire both at the same time, but I think it's 1 per shot.
Yeah, that would be 2 actions, but you're popping both barrels.
Pretty much.
Well, I'm shooting them at 2 different targets.
Yeah, 2 different
If you
targets. 2 different targets is like 2 actions.
Would shooting them at the same target be a single action?
Did you read how the gun works?
The gun literally does not list firing twice as anything. It
It
didn't say
follows-
whether.
It follows the melee rules, I think, which would be if the target dies, you can target someone else in range.
Yeah.
I mean, you just it's just 2 different actions, I think.
Sweetheart, just shoot.
Ah,
Bang bang.
Gun go bang bang.
I think I hit this one.
you only have 1 barrel anyway.
No, I have 2 barrels.
No, you popped 1 doing
I
intimidate.
took another action to reload it.
Oh, okay.
Do either
That
of those
second
hit?
one's missing damage. But I don't think the second one hits.
The first
'Cause
one. Neither of these hit, actually.
Alright.
Seriously? Even though concussive hits at the lowest defense?
No. What concussive does is if the target has resistances or immunities to either bludgeoning or piercing, it uses the lowest one. So it's resistant to bludgeoning, but not to piercing. It doesn't reduce the damage, and vice versa. It has no effect on your attack roll.
And the
Ah,
fatal
I love
stuff only, it
Fatal-
only adds that dice on a crit.
So fatal is only on crit.
Mm-hmm. So that said, a D8's still nothing to scoff about.
Yeah.
No, and that's.
Well, what fatal does is it actually adds the D8, and it also changes all of your damage dice to D8s.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you have 1 action left.
I reloaded.
Oh,
Alright.
yeah, that's it then.
Siegfried Variel.
I'm going to attack this one.
Which one?
The, one on the right above me.
Swing.
That's a miss.
That's
so-
a critical failure.
Yeah. Attack 2. I think that's a miss.
Those are both misses.
And attack 3.
Also a miss. Wait,
Alright.
did you swing that one at the one that's a low health?
I kept swinging it at this one, which is at full.
Oh, then you missed.
You did
Yeah.
the Monster Hunter Greatsword combo and whiffed every part of it.
Pretty much, yeah.
You should have attacked the one that I made off balance. I mean not off balance. Flat-footed, not flat-footed.
He is
Yes.
flat-footed.
Yes, flat-footed.
Yes,
The-
flat-footed.
The
Okay.
compy goes after its favorite snack, barbarian booty. Does either of those hit?
Only the first one.
Is the second one a critical fail?
Yeah.
What the fuck does a critical fail mean in fucking combat again?
Nothing. You
I
unless
think on a normal strike, I don't think it means anything.
Alright, so...
It means stuff on doing other things besides a regular strike. Like if you go and try and disarm, you accidentally drop your own weapon.
Yeah. It's mostly extra fail states for secondary actions such as grappling.
I just realized that he has one more bite left in him. Cause I'm not
Yeah, I
paying
was waiting
attention.
for that.
Nom.
Nom 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 nom
That
nom
meets
nom
it
nom
because
nom
I'm
nom
raging.
nom 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 nom
Alright,
nom
so
nom.
3 plus 3 damage.
14 now, and gotta roll a fort save.
fortitudes.
23. That's safe.
You're safe.
You gotta roll. Doesn't he have to roll twice?
Yes.
Yeah, because I didn't crit succeed. I say it and it happens.
Yeah,
You-
that's
you-
a critical success.
You are now immune to it.
They can't poison me for shit.
You are the barbarian. You have the highest fortitude save. Except for
Barbarian
maybe
get-
the fighter.
Proud Mandrake, your
Barbar-
turn.
Barbarian get poisoned? What?
I think that just depends on the fighter, really.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I said
Alright,
maybe
well-
the fighter.
Let's just get the fortitude save out of the way first. Unless I can't do it, if it has to come at the end.
End of turn damage is relegated to the end,
Alright.
as well as its relevant save.
Alright, well, you know what? Instead of doing all that hitting again, I think the first thing I'm gonna do, is cast Bless for 2 actions. So, everybody gets a +1 on their attack rolls, now.
Because it's a 5-foot emanation.
Well, okay, then,
That means you, me,
okay.
and
So, once per turn, starting the turn after you cast Bless, you can use a single action which has a concentrate trait to increase the emanation's radius by 5 feet.
alright,
Bless counters Bane.
Reload if the bars aren't moving for you.
Alright.
alright, well,
It's still a
in
good
that case-
spell.
whoopsie. Well, you know what? 2 people and myself get blessed then.
Alright.
So,
That's still a good spell.
and I'm gonna go ahead and take a
There
step
we
to
go.
here. I'll expand it next turn so you can still have it, but I think you got it for now. So, I'm going to then make my fort save, see if I can finally shake off the poison.
That reduces it by 1 stage. You have a D6 to poison now.
Vanguard, let the GM do those.
Pretty much, Sue.
Oof.
Oof. So what does that mean?
If he saves 1 more time, it's gone.
Ah.
Yeah.
Alright.
In 2nd edition, your saves go down by 1 stage, 2 if crits. Unless you have something that says otherwise, which could reduce it further.
Alright. Compy does a nom nom on the barbar.
Bar, 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 bar. Bar, 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 bar,
Only
bar,
the
bar.
first one hits,
Alright.
Bar, 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 bar.
Take 5 damage.
and I crit succeeded, so I don't have to save for the poison.
Bar, 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 bar.
Alright.
Hmm.
Completely surprised that these two fuckers are still alive for a full whole nother turn.
He's still flat-footed till you get your turn. So yeah, if that's it, Sankar's turns up.
Are you ready?
I am ready. So this one is still flat-footed, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Till the start of my turn.
Okay, well, Sankar is going to step and going to make an attack against this top one that is flat-footed.
Swingy, swingy.
So that plus that is an 18.
That hits.
And all right, so they take 8 points of damage from a sneak attack,
Yeah, because sneak attack dice count if the target is flat-footed.
and then I'm going to.
You're not from Zhanti, Thai, but you have sashimi'd a compathiasis.
All right. So,
Damn, look at all those tasty giblets.
The next thing I am going to do is I am going to make a grapple action. And I'm going to make an athletics check against its fortitude save DC.
Keep in mind, grapple is an attack action, so it does take
Yes, so oh yeah, that's right.
So that would actually be a 10, and that's not gonna beat the DC.
Yeah. Oh well.
Unless it's fort as shit.
No, even then it's not gonna beat it.
Never mind. It failed. I was about to say you grabbed it.
No, with the attack penalty, I did not. It was something to do that wasn't gonna be useless.
Alright.
One left.
No, that's all three. Move,
No, there's
strike,
5.
grapple.
Snick.
Nick is going to move into flanking position, so that way it is flat-footed. And then we'll whip. That whip. 21. That's 5 damage.
Damn, the crit multiplier on that thing.
Because it rolls
Deadly
a
weapon.
it rolls a D10, an extra D10 on top of its double damage.
Yeah, deadly weapons, no joke.
And so this is the reason you might want deadly instead of fatal, is because deadly, if you put like runes on a deadly weapon, you get extra deadly dice.
Yeah,
Whereas you
exactly.
don't with fatal.
So that takes,
Uh-huh.
with that one strike, 5 damage.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Is that all
still
you're
alive.
doing?
Okay. I got one more swing.
Roll it.
Hey, I'm pretty good at being pretty good.
Another 5.
Don't see why I'm even bothering. Die. So,
With a flourish, I finish off the last one and look around for other threats.
Hmm.
Indeed, we have successfully sashimi'd a bunch of Compasognathus. with
Indeed.
one chunky explosion.
And with that, you have all earned 150 experience.
Each or total?
2E does not divide experience. Everyone gets the same reward for everything.
I see.
I gotta find out where it is.
It's up at the top.
Yep. Right under your deity.
Ah,
You
So
said
100 what?
150?
Wait. Was that what? Our compy is -1 or 0? I forgot.
That would be, you're gonna have to look that up.
100, not 150.
100.
it also has a default 1,000 for level up.
Yep, every 1,000 experience you level up.
Alright.
And things just are worth less experience as you level up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Any
now
more chirping?
we have to deal with the aftermath of the Knoll healer getting poisoned.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Alright.
So
There's no...
does anyone have a healer's kit? Because I don't.
Nope.
I don't either,
No.
and in fact, I'm gonna start looking around for any herbs I recognize that might be medicinal.
By that time, the 4 rounds would be up. Because that
Yeah,
poison
we'll
only lasts 4 rounds.
And he had 2 already. So that's 2 rolls. If he fails the first.
Yeah. Well, we're all we have several people who are hurt, so
Thus medicinal herbs.
Alright, well, in any case, before anyone does anything, I want to use my last first level of the day to cast a 3-action heal spell before the poison goes any further. So,
What is
okay. So
30-foot emanation? Okay, cool.
Oh, well then.
Well, that heals all of us.
determines its target's range area. Okay. So this is okay. So this is you do the you do the channel energy thing basically.
basically.
Um.
Maximum healing, okay.
All right. So that
Hell
puts
yeah.
me back to max.
Me too.
That's actually really. That's a lot stronger than Cure Light in like Pathfinder 1E.
Yup.
Or D&D for that matter.
Makes me wonder if Pathfinder 2 is going for a high magic setting.
The
Well,
only condition is that you have to sack all your actions.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're channeling energy, you were almost doing that anyway in Pathfinder.
True.
Keep in mind that emanations will actually affect everyone, including enemies.
Yeah.
That is.
And
that
its
is
only
the-
distinction is whether or not if you're living you heal, undead you damage.
Alright, so anyway, now that I got some more blood back in me, I assume I need to make the remaining saves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm asking the GM, are you the GM?
You don't really need to make those saves. I don't see the point after, like, you succeeding on enough of them to try in it. Really?
Oh, now I get an ad.
There we go.
That person is not using that slicer safely.
Oh yeah, I did get an ad too. Maybe we should just wait until the ads are over.
Alright.
That's funny, I don't have an ad.
I have an ad.
What is this ad for?
I don't know.
Jersey Mike's. Okay. That makes me not want to go to Jersey Mike's for subs.
Alright, I'm putting it on be right back. So that can open.
This is why if I was going to do this, I would just pick up coffee.
Hello. Welcome back. Sorry for the ads.
Hello.
Anyway,
Anybody even watching this?
Just
Other than us?
I threw the link around a couple of different places.
So,
For the emote.
it looks like less than all of you are actually doing so, but yeah.
I see myself, I see Everwinter, I see Commodore. I don't see Vanguard or Sukos.
How are you seeing who's currently there? I can't figure that out.
I don't see how
Click on
you're...
the community button.
Wait,
Oh, here we go.
there's
Click
a
on the what?
There's a button that tells you who's watching at the moment.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
next to the label stream chat.
Oh, the community thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh yeah, you
Is
can
that-
see the viewers.
Oh wow, that's a lot of people then.
That's definitely more than 4 people viewing.
Perhaps.
But that's just viewers as some active viewers and chatters in the community. That's everybody who's interacted over the past, like, probably 10 streams.
True. Anyway, with that said, you survive your first in-combat encounter in Galarian. Well, at least for 4 of you. And the night turns to dusk.
Looks like we're having barbecued compsognathus tonight.
Pulling out,
Me.
pulling out some skewers and going to skin and dress the or skin and dice some meat up, putting them on the skewers, and starts getting ready for some what are those things called with meat and vegetables on skewers?
Kebab.
Kebabs, yes.
Yeah.
Making some lizard kebabs, flying lizard kebabs. I forget the name of these things.
Yeah, and Siegfried's gathering up what's left to make sure it's in a nice little pile so we can just recycle the kebabs when needed.
Use the compsognathus' own bones for the kebabs.
Pretty
Don't
much,
even waste
yeah.
Sticks,
All
yeah.
right.
Well, the 4 of them that are actually intact anyway.
Oh, what are you all complaining about? It's just busted up. And he picks up a fairly destroyed leg. It's like chicken.
You just get like you just get like a lizard flip.
Silly fur creature.
Alrighty. So, as the night proceeds and you're all fed rather well compared to what you were originally going to be fed, when do you all decide to sleep?
I will not be sleeping. I will have first watch.
Jerry will join you for first watch.
The Red Queen, the Thenkar, is going to sleep until second watch.
I forget.
Alright.
Is there a third watch or is it just second watch?
I think it's just like first watch and second watch in Pathfinder.
Yeah.
Okay.
I always thought it depended how many your
Alright.
DM kind of decides, like, you need to
Yeah.
have this many.
Not
So,
to mention
how many
length of day.
how many watches are normally in a night in your games?
I would say like it's at most like 2, because like 4
Alright.
hours a piece ain't that much.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I
Alright.
run on 4 hours
And-
of sleep, but
Then Choosy will also take second watch.
So you're gonna sleep for now, and you're gonna have me and him wake you up. Do you make an indication of that?
They pretty much point at the setting sun, and as you two settle down for for first watch, they pretty much hold up, two fingers, and then points at both of you at holding up one finger, and then points at themselves holding up 2 fingers again.
Siegfried understands
Jerry just
with a nod of his head.
Jerry just gives a little salute and says, Sweet dreams, despite knowing she has no idea what he said.
Alrighty.
So, Senkar is going to curl up by the fire and leave enough space for the Naga.
Proud Mandrake, for his part, is I don't know, probably going to stay a bit on the edge, probably with the remaining members of his tribe, and just kind of staying there for the night.
Choosy, seeing how the Red Queen is just outright sleeping on the sand with no means of comfort, pulls out of their bag a bedroll to lay down to roll out next to them, slithers to the other side of them, and like table flipping, flips the lizard right onto the bedroll.
Oh, that's gold.
Without any preamble of both personal space or being gentle. They just flip, get on there.
Alrighty.
Oh, that's amusing.
The Senkar, for her part, just latches onto your tail and just holds on as you flip her onto the bedroll. And, she hisses. It's like, if you're going to do that, you might as well sleep with me.
Oh, don't tempt her.
Huh.
Also, still knowing that the Choosy cannot understand her.
Well, here's the question: do you keep holding on to their tail?
Yes, I do.
They just look down, shrug, and then, well, much like their image, just coils up, overlapping coils on you. Takes the blanket of the bedroll and just has it draped over them and you.
And yes, Senkar will fall asleep very quickly because they are very exhausted after recovering from their ordeals in the jungle.
And getting bit.
That too.
Alright. So, as the morning shows up and the sun rises over the jungle brushwork and finally kisses the sky, you are all awake. It is now time to decide which direction you're heading into.
Choosy waken the others after the shift is done. Use their tail to kick sand over the last bits of ember, packs up their stuff, pokes the others that any are still asleep.
Choosy, you find suspiciously that Jerry is not on the ground.
Meanwhile, Senkar is having a nice breakfast of boiled cup Sagnathus stew that she made while on watch.
And Siegfried's slow to get up. He actually spent the whole night leaning against a tree for sleep. Didn't even bother using his bed.
Looks at everybody very funny, like the raccoon is missing. The others seem to just want to sleep on the hard, cold ground. What is wrong with them? Don't they have any decor?
Oof.
I mean, not decor. Wait, is it decor? What the hell is that word for pretty much having at least some...
Decorum?
Yes, that's the
There
word.
it
That is the word that I was thinking of. Thank you. Decorum.
Don't
I
know
knew I
what's
was fucking something up.
Don't know what's got your clothes in a knot. I've been doing this for years.
Uh-huh.
With upon finishing the stew, a little bit more color returns to Sankar's red scales, and as she closes her eyes, the color of them begins to shift a little, slowly though. She opens them again and says, "I think we're ready. I propose we head north," and she points to the north, along the coast. "I think we'll find better opportunities to figure out what the hell is going on in the capital."
And our companion? How do you suppose we overcome the barrier?
Uh,
He's referring to the language barrier.
yeah.
They make a very welcoming gesture, hissing some kind of language, but the one word that comes out rather clear is Mwangi Expanse.
Well, I guess that explains where we are.
No. Who said
And then
Mwangi?
point-
And you
then
see him
point
up in a
north.
tree.
I'm not even
picks
gonna
up-
ask how you got up there.
Choosy just picks up a little, palm-sized bit of driftwood to chuck it at the still sleeping in a tree raccoon.
And it probably bonks him on the head.
So, yeah.
I'm literally too high up for you to bonk.
Alright.
Could hit your
Uh,
foot,
yeah.
your tail.
Well,
Those could be
We
leaning
wish
over.
as a party to head north.
Well,
Yeah.
I was gonna ask, now that the next day has come, are any of us a little more in tune with these new lives and have a bit better bearings?
I
I
would
mean,
say
that fight cleared some of my senses.
I would say that your bearings have been established, yes.
Okay, so I don't know. Would the remnants of the tribe have any better indication as to I don't know, some sort of where they've been living so far?
They have been nomadic for quite some time, but they're as lost as you are in regards to how they ended up in the Lion Lands of all places.
All right. Well, it looks like going to that city is a thing to do. So,
Yeah. If
so
we're lucky, we'll
proud,
find a way to talk to this person.
so
He
proud
just points at
Mandrake.
the Naga.
So proud Mandrake will say, "Yep, city sounds like a good idea."
If nothing else, the city will provide us opportunities to get to wherever we want to go.
Still, I'm more concerned with communicating. I keep forgetting the G at the end. That's my own fault.
I'm not so concerned about it. They seem pretty friendly.
Alright.
For now.
And besides, and again, that's even more reason to go to the city. It's easier to get lost there. If it
Fair.
turns out that she's not.
Crowded cities are not a plus for me.
Again, it's a great place to get your bearings and then go off.
I suppose. Although someone decides to bother with us, they're gonna get their skulls cleaved in two.
Generally, cities discourage bloodbaths, but you're absolutely right in this part of the world, I think.
Let's go then. And do you want me to knock him out? He just points at our little friend in the tree.
Huh? Why do you want to knock me out?
You see anything from up there? If not, come down, we're going.
Do I see anything interesting?
At the moment, aside from the ramblings of your Nashi mind compelling you to go in all of the directions all the time forever, not really.
Not unless you consider chasing birds something interesting. And he'll start climbing his way down rather slowly.
Hmm.
And exercising some effort, the lizard folk will actually turn to the Nagaji and begin altering their coloration, and in various shades of white and green and red, she tries to place the impression of a city on her bare scales. And it is at this point that the rest of you, may realize that the Red Queen, Sankar, is actually an unseen lizard folk.
Hmm.
Being having the abilities of chameleons to change their coloration.
That's quite the impressive talent.
Being pretty much using body language to to essentially trying to speak with the Nagaji. And since motive is quite a very big thing with them, they understand right away. And they essentially pull out their compass to double check to make sure north is still north, and points a bit northeast of going up the river, as some of us said. It just says I forget what the damn city was, but pretty much says the name of the city.
So I take it that you are heading to Anthothis.
Uh-huh.
Yes, if we could see the world map.
Unless
Although
something else
that-
comes up.
Unthusis, yes. We are heading to Unthusis.
That said, Siegfried's gonna make a gesture with his tail, pointing at the Nagaji, then pointing at Sankar and Mandrake.
You
As
might
if
want to
one,
pull the rest of the party to your same
yeah.
map that you're looking at.
He's basically trying to signal to the Nagaji that their importance is more important. He can handle himself.
Alrighty.
Assuming she can understand that.
They give their own chainmail covered chest a firm thud, and then pat their weapon.
Well,
And then points it back northeast. Anthusis!
being roughly 75 miles away from Anthesis if you keep along the coast, it will take you a while to get there.
That's an understatement.
I will note that the exploration action is perception because he's paying attention to the environment as they travel.
Alright.
I was gonna say, for Choosy's exploration action, it will be the scouting to give everybody a +1 to their initiative should combat start up.
So, it will take you, if you're all 25 on the speed,
Yes.
about 3 3/4 of a day. 3/4 of a day before you get there.
Meaning we'll probably end up camping outside.
With that in mind, you should perhaps decide who is in charge of things in the intermediate period and who makes the decisions of when to make camp and whatnot.
See here. Prepare campsite. Which skill is that? Survival. Alright. I would say Choosy is really good at preparing campsites. So their survival's good. Unless you want them to hunt some food. They're good at that too.
If you let what's your bonus? I got 3.
For survival?
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, why don't you take the hunt? I'll take stay in camp. Sound good?
Okay, so we are trying to move as quickly as possible.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I'll end up setting up camp, and our little friend here will handle hunting, so we don't have to spend rations.
Wait, it's only, someone did say 3/4 of the day. We could get there in just one day with a bit of forced march.
Yeah, it depends on how everyone feels with exhaustion. It's only level 1, but if the town guard don't exactly like us, it's gonna matter.
So, question, what is a forced march in 2E?
Forced march. Let me see. You can hustle only for a number. Okay, so that is only local. That is not going to be useful overland. I don't think there is a forced march.
I know exhaustion is still a thing.
Yeah.
Well, let's just look up forced march in general. Okay. Running exploration. Travel.
It would technically be travel.
Because all of the things that I could contribute require me to move at half speed.
There's actually they didn't put anything about forced marching to say, hey, we want to make it like not stop for a night because it's taking up more than half a day.
Well, if that's the case, then it could just be left to the DM's discretion. Which, I guess depending on the GM is whether or not you like that.
Okay. That's for an army.
I think we'd just be
fatigue. Yeah, this would be in the GM section, how that's handled. I think it's if you travel. I think you just become fatigued 1 if you travel for more than 8 hours.
That could be it. And you said 3/4, so we're probably fatigued too.
There wouldn't be any. There would not be any fortitude roll to avoid the exhaustion. Then it just happens.
Yeah, it just happens, and you have to get 8 hours or have like some kind of other effect to. Yeah.
Yeah, we can go for half the day and then make camp.
I'll be right back.
Just so we won't have exhaustion levels once we reach the city. Although that said, we will have one level of exhaustion when we get.
When what?
We'll be fatigued 1 if we go half the day. Fatigued 2 if we go the whole way.
Alright, well, doesn't sound like so far we're gonna be going for full bout.
Nice music, by the way.
So, are y'all ready to take the journey to the capital of freedom within the Mongwe Island, Mongwe Expanse?
I am.
Yep.
For reasons I won't spoil, I'm glad that you did not decide to go to the other direction.
You didn't have it ready.
No, that's not the reason.
Horrible
gotta
pain. Death, murder, pain. Horrible death, murder, pain in the other direction.
I gotta go grab my pill food. So
Let's just
1
say
minute.
that your summary of Sukos of Mazzali was as far from accurate as possible. You would not have been welcome there.
Wait, what?
Mazzali is the place with the Child King, who is undead and hates everything except his people, and even then he's kind of evil to them too.
I
Oh,
don't
the
think I
undead
gave,
settlement.
I don't think I gave any assessment of Mazzali. I just said it was further away, but it was upriver, so it might be easier going.
Oh, I thought you said that you would be welcome there. My bad.
Let's go.
Anyway, with I'm gonna use a little marker that I'll create for this because apparently Roll20 hates me. So I'm gonna be deleting all but the person who was elected leader, by my understanding, for this. If I misunderstood that conversation, this will be my way of denoting how far you are.
Okay.
Alright. Choosy has no issue on who is leader.
So,
They're just, they're making sure that they don't,
when,
kill themselves.
so, first day is this, part. The way I'm going to do this is this, because it's all effectively the same area. When you hit here, you're there. This is the results of the first day of travel. Do you all want to roll your subsistence, set up camp, or build some makeshift anything this night?
So I'm going to roll my subsistence. That's a roll.
It was survival or nature for subsistence.
Yeah, no, I
As
messed that
it
up.
is the jungle and it is plentiful, those are successes, but they are not criticals.
Yeah, no.
Survival.
I thought it would maybe succeed, but it would not be amazing.
Oh, nope. I failed.
Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. All 4 people who have rolled so far have succeeded, but they have not critically succeeded.
Wow, the
Alright.
DC must be extremely low then.
And so a lush forest is a difficulty 4 untrained. If you were somewhere else, perhaps it might be like. Now once you start getting closer to Anthesis, it's gonna get harder because their farmland has been effectively destroyed. for the most part. But for right now, you're fine. Of the people who've rolled. Commodore?
Is he here? I think I heard somebody saying something about being right back.
Oh no, that was me checking on my food.
Okay.
Let's see. Commodore is.
I'm here. I just kind of haven't had anything to input.
You need to roll
Oh.
your survival, boyo.
Or do something else with your daily like exploration action, like make something.
In that case, I'm gonna try to kind of break ahead of the party a little bit and break trail essentially with a stealth action, if that's possible.
Alright.
Are you trying to cover our tracks, scout, whatever?
I'm trying to find a safe path for us while also not letting myself be seen, like
So
leave
what-
little things that
What
y'all
you're
will
doing
see.
is scouting.
Essentially.
Yeah,
Roll it.
he did.
Already rolled.
That is a critical success, and back to opening up things again. Because I'm learning this alongside you.
Ah,
Son of a bitch.
Nope. Don't worry.
I have to open up that tab again. Scouting.
It just gives every creature in your party +1 to initiative. Doesn't
Yeah.
seem to have a critical success.
Alright.
There's no roll for that. You're probably thinking of the track.
Well, so scout, there's avoiding notice, which is just generally moving stealthily over land. There's covering tracks, which makes this harder to follow.
Indeed.
That's what I'm saying. The track. Look up track. Track is success. You find the trail or continue to follow the one you're already following.
But that would be if we're trying to follow a creature. We're just trying to get to a place.
Indeed.
Getting to a place that's
And this is why I think that the action system they came up with fails just a little bit. It's easier to assign a specific skill to something that a player wants to do, rather than give them a specific set of things to do.
So,
You're probably just gonna have to look up straight up like survival for, direction stuff.
so let me check a thing. No, this isn't it. This isn't it. No. It would be the investigate action. You seek out information about your surroundings while traveling at half speed. You recall knowledge as a secret check to discover clues among the various things you can see and engage with as you journey along. You can use any skill that has a recall knowledge action while investigating, but the GM determines whether the skill is relevant to the clues you could find. So this would be investigate with rolling like nature or something.
That works.
Is what I think you're trying to do. But scouting to get a +1 on any initiatives we run across is also a good idea.
Yeah, which is what I do when we're traveling. What I was doing when we were traveling.
Alright. As such, y'all make your way through one more day.
And okay.
You're slowly leaving what is known infamously as the Lion Lands, making your way up closer to the coast and closer to Anthalsis. As you look into the ocean, you see trade ships on the side, but they do not stop for you.
That is okay. We keep continuing.
Alright. Is this day 2?
I
Most
thought it was
likely,
only
yeah.
going to take 3/4 of the day to get there.
I said 3 days and 3/4.
So 3 3/4 days then.
Yep. It is now day 2 of your travels. You now start getting to the outskirts of Vidren proper.
Okay, and Dean wants to be annoying. There we go.
And with that,
Thank you.
We make it to Anthusis or
Yeah.
another encounter.
I need to do some
Mathy.
basic literacy. One moment. I'm trying to best describe this place for you. And I need to double check some information real quick. So, as you get closer, you start getting closer to what is known as Port Freedom. A place that is ruled by native Mongrai long before the Vedric Revolution was even a wild dream for the future. As the only people who could safely and reliably navigate barges on the river, their Rivermen's Guild left Sargavia's custodians with little recourse but to cede control of the town. And with it, the Kora River route inland and its outlet into Desperation Bay. Port Freedom never directly opposed colonial rule, but Sargavia's directives were often handled more like suggestions. By the time the Vedric Revolution reached the town, any opposition had already been bound, awaiting judgment. Arguably, but conveniently impossible to prove, some who opposed the Rivermen's Guild and their ironclad rule, but not the rebellion, were among the prisoners. The Rivermen's Guild now sits at the core of the combined mercantile interests, and with the organization predicting them, they have gained political clout. Few consider them any better than the Free Captains, pirates, just with a more socially acceptable name. Mwangi.
So what I
Perhaps I should actually switch over to the Vudrin map so that y'all can tell where the fuck I'm talking about as we go.
The
Probably.
city map? That might be good.
Cause you're not
So-
anywhere near there. I need to make that very clear. You're like,
Oh,
in context, one moment,
probably here.
about there. You are about right
so
here.
for what I got out of that is that Port Freedom is run by the Rivermen's Guild, which basically has all the political power in the town and controls the flow of goods into the interior of the nation.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
this is where the town is, which as you can see by the map indication, it does run along pretty much most of the river.
Which is a good and bad depending on how you want to look at it.
Now, like, we're up here, so this is the major, like, this must be where the major navigable river into the interior meets the ocean.
Indeed.
Why are we waiting then? Let's go.
So, as we've traveled the second day, Sankar, the Red Queen, has focused on her natural abilities, and over the course of several hours, has dulled the bright red of her scales to a dull forest jungle green.
Looks good on you.
Alrighty. So, with this said,
Okay.
now that you're in Port Freedom, it is technically possible to boarder a vessel to get there faster. Though, your means of doing so might be very, interesting.
Money? What is money? I don't have money.
Really?
I have like a silver piece to my name.
So, so Sankar is going to say, well, I propose we spend some time in this town anyway. You never know what opportunities might arise, and it's a good opportunity to get a lay of the land, so to speak.
If nothing else.
Seems like a decent idea, and I don't think we've been banned from this one yet.
You think?
Is your memory any better, boy?
Just
Don't
looks at the
start with
crazy.
me.
Just looks at the crazy people, then seeing some of the locals around, will wave at them and, speak to them in Mwangi and asking, is there a cheap tavern?
Potentially.
It looks like she caught the gist.
I don't know, given that we're in the Mwangi Expanse, aren't we all technically speaking Mwangi? Isn't that what common
No.
is here?
No,
Ew.
I'm speaking polyglot, which is the common of Mwangi.
No.
So,
The common of Mwangi is Mwangi. Polyglot is spoken by the one people, which, a lot of the people in Mwangi, there's plenty of people in Mwangi who also speak that. It's one of the two common languages.
So, I hate to say this, but Sneck is right. Common is wherever your starting base location is human tongue. So he is right.
Yeah.
Common is Mwangi here.
Mwangi is literally just it is
But-
common in this place, while common is different elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
okay. So
Go on.
this brings up a problem then. My character couldn't possibly have been from this land.
So,
There-
so for convenience's sake, you still would speak common because you would have picked it up at some point. If you're an adventurer in a place, you tend to pick up the most common language unless there's a specific reason for you not to.
Yes, there's a
yes,
reason why
that's
it's always given to a character.
That specific reason is they, have been only in the Mwangi Expanse, haven't left it, and so I traded common with Mwangi. So they don't speak. So Snake doesn't speak common. They speak Mwangi, which is Mwangi common.
Yeah, which means, although it does sound confusing, it means that the common language is not what we're used to, effectively.
Okay.
So,
Like I wanted the character to have some kind of language barrier because I wanted to do that again, and this was the most convenient and self-explanatory by setting way to do it. So please.
Sounds like you had fun.
I'm waiting for y'all to chill.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
I'm
I just-
still 100% confused at this point.
I want to point out something. In Pathfinder 1E, if you spoke Common, you spoke either Taldane from the if you were from the NRC, or Tian, but if you were from the Dragon Empires. In if you were from Garund, you still spoke Taldane. In Pathfinder 2E, or in 1E, the quote-unquote language of the Mwangi Expanse was Polyglot, which was a pidgin of several Mwangi languages. There was also a specific language called Mwangi, spoken by a large subset of people in the Expanse. But most people visiting Mwangi would speak Polyglot. So, if we are starting in the Mwangi Expanse, as per 2E rules, Mwangi is the native language of the area. Polyglot is the language spoken to like outsiders, but Mwangi is like the common tongue.
There we go. That works.
Mayflies, may the GM have his turn doing things.
Yes.
Thank you. So, as you all roam around Port Freedom, you find a bounty board. On it is something that you're not expecting, but something tells me you should. A part of you tells you that you should be expecting it. Instead of bounties for mystical beasts and burdensome criminals, the bounties are for what seemingly harmless. Sparrows, starlings, house mice, stray pet dogs. Basically, the most mundane of creatures. All sponsored by the Vedric government.
Interesting.
So, if I can take a moment, Sankar is going to take her time in town as an opportunity to take that single silver piece that Chuzi gave her, and she's going to go down to whatever passes for the markets in this town. And she's going to spend all day there, and she's going to turn that single silver piece into all of her equipment that's on her character sheet.
I.e., you barter and then you steal.
I actually have the Bargain Hunter skill feat.
So you took 1 gold piece and turned it into all of your shit.
One
No,
silver
silver.
piece.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's just like a fluff thing, and he's just...
Yeah, that's my fluff thing, because I started this game basically washed up on the shore with nothing
Alrighty.
in terms of role playing. So I'm taking the opportunity in town to get all my shit.
Anyone else wishing to make attempts at acquiring amenities while in town?
I'm looking for a bar at this point, because the best place to find information is a bar.
Alright, you do find a tavern. It is quite a raucous location. Pirates from the Shackles, as well as mercantile mercenaries, trade stories, and on occasion blows.
I will order.
I'll let you continue because I didn't think that you were going to say anything yet.
Sorry, I was just gonna say I'm just gonna order whatever is considered the tap, just the regular cheap booze, and start joining in for that whatever it considers mingling here.
Alright.
And,
You begin to drink, and the bartender looks you up and down. I haven't seen one of you in it before. What are you?
Not what language are they speaking? Mwangi or polyglot?
Mwangi?
It doesn't translate to Mwangi easily. Nashi, raccoon man, I guess is a good way to say it.
Alright. Interesting. Are you one of those, star-clad folk from way up north?
Would I have any context for what a starclad is?
This is them trying to say from Numeria, but like not really knowing where the fuck that's actually called.
Is the Nashi home even part of Numeria?
What I'm
Like-
saying is he's asking if you're even from this planet, is what he's saying.
Oh, okay. No, I'm from the land, and he kind of taps the table a little bit. I'm from the land. I don't come from up there, no.
Alright, is that... Alrighty. How can I help you?
Beer. I've had a very terrible week.
You look it. So... what can I get you?
Whatever's tap. Again, I've had a week, and frankly, this is the best holy place I've seen in like 3.
He hands
So
you... pours something out. It's very clear. And he slides it over.
Vodka.
Do my keen senses detect ethanol?
You smell water.
He just looks at it and looks back up. I know what heavy alcohol smells like. Don't try to pull this on me, my friend.
You don't look like you need that kind of drink. Now drink.
And he just shakes his head and drinks it.
Is there anything else I can help you with?
New in town, thought I'd find out if there was any good work or maybe some interesting people I should be meeting. You know how it is with us, what's that word? Adventuring types? Is that how you say it? Monkey?
Well, there is a bounty board, but I doubt there will be any interesting things for an adventurer type. But it's good work nonetheless. As for people, well, you're already surrounded by the interesting people, if you don't count yourself and whoever drugged you here.
Then, my friend, I'm home.
Well, if this is all, I have other customers to deal with, and... oh, come on! And you turn around to see 2 pirates and 2 merchant guilders more or less doing the Mwangi equivalent of a suplex, destroying a table.
Are these patrons or are these like the shakedown crew?
This appears to be patrons.
Good old brawl.
As I said, I'm home.
Whatever you say. Between you and me, if you break one of my tables, I will have a fur coat.
Trust me, I'm not the kind to break tables. Shoot them, maybe, not break them.
Something else will break instead.
Alright.
And he's
So-
not even thinking or waiting for a response before Siegfried's heading over.
Are
So,
you
well,
alright,
Siegfried.
Siegfried? Red Queen.
yes. Hello?
Yes, Red
Yes.
Queen.
Yes. Can I, while I'm at the markets, gather information on why is it, like, pests? Like, is the pest problem in this town really that bad? That would be a diplomacy, I believe.
Oh.
Gather information. If I can find it.
Yes, gather information is diplomacy.
Gather information. And what are you rolling?
I already rolled diplomacy.
Alright, over the course of the next 2 hours, you succeed. And what are you trying to find out?
What is it about the bounty board and all the pests, like all the pest control? Like, is the pest problem really that bad in the town, or is somebody trying to, like, create make work to stimulate the economy?
So, had you been a local to Vidran, you would know that it is actually very common for common household beasts and urban sprawl creatures to be hunted, as the Chelaxians, after they were booted out of Vidrain, intentionally left behind all of their invasive species they have more or less disrupted the natural flow of the environment to such an extent and have outbreeded local wildlife to the point to where it is simply just not worth it to do anything more than just kill them on the site. It is
I.e., this is the place where they have, actually, I probably should not say this out loud just in case, of it being improper for terms of use. Never mind.
Tell me what the subject is, and I'll tell you if it's too much.
Restaurants taking stray cats and dogs and cooking them?
That
Come on, man.
that is probably fine. I wouldn't dare do it for personal moral reasons, but I don't think it would bother anyone.
No, I'm saying that this is the place that probably actually does that.
No, it's basically just extermination of, like, invasive species.
Yeah.
Just pure calculated, you are causing a problem by existing, by...
So, that's all I wanted to know, is, like, is this just somebody doing, like, creating make work, by posting all these bounties, or is there genuinely a serious pest problem?
It is nationwide a problem. Not the barkeep was not joking when he was talking to the Nashi. The work is plentiful, but it is not glamorous or adventure-like in the slightest.
Alright. I guess she will, having gotten all of her bargain shopping out of the way, Shankar will head over to the tavern that I assume Chusey has pointed out.
Alright.
Yep. Chusey pointed out tavern that they saw the raccoon and big barbarian lizard go into and give a thumbs up after, you know, looking at their now fitted gear.
Uh-huh. And
So yes, we meet up with the rest of the party.
is everyone properly kitted out and curious from whatever they're wanting to do?
Well, I was gonna speak. Proud Mandrake will probably try to reconvene with everyone else soon enough, but at the moment, I don't know, how is the rest of the tribe holding up? What's morale like at the moment, I guess?
Well, they're exhausted, but they're happy to be in somewhere much more loud and less discretionary than other places.
I do have a question as well. That bounty board, how much were they offering for killing off invasive species?
Like, probably coppers and silvers, nothing too crazy.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, how many silvers are we talking here?
Per rat tail, it's a copper. Per dog ear, it's like a silver, but that's strictly because they're a pain in the ass to actually catch once they get running.
Oh,
And
okay,
the
dogs and rats.
and the invasive bird wings, about a gold. And that's, again, because it's even more much of a pain in the ass.
Were those things we fought invasive birds?
No, they were dinosaurs, they're native.
Okay.
So Jerry's gonna look at the fact that they're only asking for tails and ears and just kind of scratch his chin for a moment. There's an opportunity to make money in this.
But yeah, Sankar comes in and she plops down in the bar next to the fox and says, "Bartender, I want whatever rot gut you've got."
He slides you over some rather pungent brew.
And Snake, making an order in Mwangi. Do you have any tea?
Are you one of those light-skinned Savangi trash?
Holds up the tip of the tail. No, as far as I am aware.
Who's paying attention to the barbarian going to try and quell the two idiots?
Sankar, and she is going to actually go over to him and say, shove the rot gut in his stomach after taking a good hearty swig, and say, "Leave them alone. Not worth the trouble."
Alrighty.
Have a
Fine.
drink.
But does Choosy get tea?
He brews some up, but he like fucking glares at you the entire time he's making it.
There's something wrong.
We don't very much like catering to the interests of those we shoved out to sea much, but this stuff sells with some people.
Choosy did say that they aren't a part of them as far as they are aware, unless suddenly
what he is telling
Nagashi.
What he's telling you is he is mad that he's pouring the tea to begin with. If you were a Savangi, he'd probably be throwing it in your face.
Oh, the Savangi did tea. Okay. I just like medicinal herbs in my water. I'm sorry everybody calls it tea. I'm sorry that the White Devils called it tea. Wait. Oh shit. That probably is not something. No,
I don't think that
bad
Twitch
tea.
is going to care.
No, because you're literally describing the early Americans, and we were basically that way, to be honest.
Look, if Soma is still up after that extremely racist accent he did in episode 2 of season 1, I think we're gonna be fine.
Okay, how they were describing these people, that they kicked out are like the Chelexia, pretty much the devil worshippers of assholes, and all. So it's just like it made me. I ended up putting human and devil together, and just was like said it in the most inappropriate way that I possibly could without realizing it till after my mouth spit it out. I'm like, my brain catches up and it's like, oh shit.
All things being equal, there were worse racial epithets you could have said, but let's try to avoid that.
So,
I will. I'm not ready.
as you all take a step back and shut the fuck up and chill, I need to read my notes real quick before I do what I'm going to do. What the
He
fuck?
does drink a little bit of that brew, though,
What the fuck is this person's name?
before heading back and sitting near Choosy.
Proud Mandrake.
There we go.
You start having hot flashes and start getting dazed.
Alright.
Your vision fades into black and then fades into bright light, then evaporates into mist.
Okay, so I don't.
You hear a rumbling laughter. A very familiar laugh. It is him who carries the dark seed, spawn of Lamashtu, Grothathon himself, in your ear, like a gentle, well, not very gentle at all, really, caress.
Not that I don't appreciate the visit, now of all times, he says.
Oh, I'm sure that's not true. After all, I'm the reason that you're alive, and that your family's alive, and that you can have family with whoever you please.
True.
with
true.
no regard whatsoever for basic autonomy or anatomy.
Well, I'm sure this isn't just a social call. Do you want something from me?
Can I not check in on my favorite at the moment?
I suppose so.
Are you yet? By the way, are you yet ready to bend the knee to Mother? She's getting quite impatient.
Too much, too fast. The others are still wary of her. Been an uphill battle getting them to accept you.
That's a shame. So what are you up to now?
Surviving, I suppose. Finding a way to keep going forward. Making a life for my people and for my allies.
I see. And where are you?
It's Port Freedom, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Port Freedom.
Oh my, you're a long way from home. However did you get there?
If I knew, I wouldn't be having half as many problems right now.
That's really unfortunate. But tell you what. How about you go and have some fun, and I'll do my end of the deal. Have fun. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, or do it. Do it very often. I don't care. I still get what I want either way.
And as long as I still get what I want, things will continue to be peachy between us.
That's rustic knoll pragmatism. Oh, how I missed it. Well, and you feel like a very creepy, like, clawed finger, like, gently take and draw itself from the tip of your maw back across your neck in a very uncomfortable and sensuous manner before your vision returns back to perfect vision. And you're back in the bar.
Alright, so what did the people outside see?
They saw you staring into, like, the fucking ether, just standing there, not even aware of anything else.
Alright, well, I guess, coming back
They
to...
did see you shiver a little bit, but aside from that, they didn't see anything else that would embarrass you too much, unless they have really good sense of smell.
Alright, well, I guess coming to, Proud Mandrake will kinda shake his head, shudder a little bit, but recompose himself and rejoin the others, and hope that nobody asks what that was.
Choosy just waves.
And with that, Forceful Drake, your, very rare offspring, decides to reach out and grab a hold of your shoulder and ask you, what's the problem?
Quick correction, Forceful Drake, wrong relation. He's friend, not offspring.
The Enforcer is the one that's your child, right?
I think the way I, did the rejiggered relation, in this universe, he doesn't have any actual biological children, just adopted kids that his paramours sired with a lady knoll who was just there to make the baby.
Alright. Anyway, Forceful Drake, your child. It might not be yours by blood, but it is your child. For fuck's sake. Let's move on.
But again, wrong relation. Forceful Drake's, not any sort of... That's the wrong relationship. I'm sorry.
That's not what this fucking piece of paper says.
I'm looking at the original.
Then something has gone wrong in my literacy.
Yeah, Forceful Drake is just Proud Mandrake's childhood friend. I'm sorry.
The fuck?
You think...
One moment.
Yeah, no...
I need to reopen this and double check it real quick.
Sorry for the confusion, folks.
It's okay. Choosy approves of your adoption of many kids.
Oh, Forceful... I used the wrong name here.
Did you mean Baleful Drake?
Baleful Drake grabs a hold of your shoulder and says, "What is wrong? You're doing the thing that you do again."
Nothing that you need to worry about that much, boy. You know how difficult things have been since our recent losses.
The Sankar at this point is going to come over and just go, "Hey, look, we're alive, right? So have some rot gut and enjoy life for a little bit."
Crafty Mango also comes up to you and says, Hey! Both of you calm down. There's plenty of rough housing to go around, as you may have noticed, and he just points around everywhere, really enthusiastically. And if that's not the kind of rough housing you are needing right now, you two, well, I'm here as always.
Always eager to please, aren't you? And he tousles Crafty Mango's mane.
But yeah, seriously, Proud Drake. Please.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're okay?
I'll be fine.
Yeah. So Sankar is going to just continue sort of partying around, just sharing the rot gut as frugally as possible while still creating a party atmosphere. And she's basically going to go around to the folks here and go, "Well, if this kind of party is to your liking, I'm sure the place might be able. I'm sure a little bit of money might get us a private room."
Yeah, we do need to think about lodgings for the night in any case. I'm no stranger to sleeping under the stars, but a roof sounds nice.
Alrighty.
So we're trying to imply we get some sort of private room without, herself paying for it, because she doesn't have much money.
Are you attempting to leave an impression?
I can make an impression.
With your sharing of all of the booze everywhere?
I can do that if you would like me to. Yes. Make an impression is diplomacy, yes?
I believe that is correct.
That is an 11.
A high-class lady like you in a dingy place like this, it goes over well, but not perfectly. you have a success, and some people actually offer to take you up to their room, though you might not want to. Missing teeth, really, really filthy skin. Not that really pleasant of a looker.
A lady has certain needs, but no, not this time.
Alright, well, I don't know. In the interest of kind of getting things a little bit nicer, Proud Mandrake would spend a little bit of money on drinks for him and the tribe.
You know what? Actually, I think I will take them up on that offer.
What are you planning, madam? You did the sinister voice that you're known for.
Well, how drunk is this guy that's proposing a night of fun?
The duo who are buddies, they're about as drunk as you can get while still standing.
Perfect. He is going to take them up to a room that she insists they pay for, and she's going to give them the night of their lives. And she's going to make sure that they are passed out drunk before she comes back down.
And you're not doing anything else?
No, I just want the room.
So... I felt like there was something else that you were going to do there. The way you were talking. Alright.
No, I'm using them to get a free room for us.
Oh, we're not stealing from them?
I mean, we are, but not directly.
Alright. Do you all join her in the room that now smells of freshly spilled seed?
I've slept worse places.
How much is a room?
They're paying for it, so it's free for us.
That's a single room. How much are rooms?
They're about as cheap can get. This is a rather filthy place.
Well, Proud Mandrake still has all his tribe members, so they're probably gonna need a room just to themselves.
Wait, your Pride members are actually here?
Yeah, they were just in the RP.
Jesus, I think I misinterpreted that.
Yes, you did.
We're here because we're here because...
And with
So,
this, what do you all do?
Well, Sankar's intention is to get the party into that room for a little bit while the two big boys are snoring away, and start discussing what exactly the fuck is going on.
oh, okay.
So you're getting your room, figuring out what the fuck is on, and trying to figure out what to do next.
Okay, so we're not trying to sleep there, we're just trying to have a private plan.
Yeah, we're basically the whole thing is like, I'm trying to get a private-ish location for us to talk about what clearly is fucking happened, and what do we do about it?
Do you all accompany the Serpentine mistress?
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah. Might as well, and, just gives a just wrinkled nose at the room. Not not preferred.
Well, I did what I had to do.
Do you hear me complaining?
And Sankar will actually shrug towards the shrug at the Nagaji.
Alright.
So at this point, Sankar will actually shift, and she'll say, "All right, that's enough of this for now. I think that we are all aware of what has happened at this point."
I remember another world, another life, and yet I remember this one. It's like I'm someone else, but myself at the same time.
Seriously, who the hell is Phillips? I am very confused.
Clearly more of a fool than you are. The man took on a dragon by himself. That's more or less how we ended up here.
I seem to recall you weren't swimming out that way either. Somehow.
Weren't swimming out that way either? Is that what you said?
That you weren't trying to swim out of the whirlpool.
Oh, believe me, I was at first. And then it became quite clear that that wasn't going to happen. Things being what they were, I decided the next best course of action was to throw things to fate. And this is still a damn sight better than getting killed by a dragon. At least I would think so.
Cold comfort for those who did.
I was hoping to recover that job. At least give them proper rights, but it appears that didn't happen.
Did you not take the chest with you?
Oh shoot, I forgot to mention it, but yeah, I did want to take that test because it seemed important. I'm sorry, I just lost the opportunity to say
So that is this world's version of the jar.
Mm.
The jar of dirt.
It is
It's a
now
chest
that-
of dirt.
Yes.
It is now
I
a
got
chest
the
of
jar
dirt.
of dirt.
So, yeah. So, well, if you do recall, we were followed by someone and also preceded by someone through that portal which has thrown us all to the winds. Even in this world, it appears that we've been displaced quite far from where we were before.
There's a sudden dawning realization over Jerry's muzzle. Where the hell are my guns?
And I couldn't tell you that. As far as I know, you had them when we went through the portal, but who knows what became of them now? What's become of them now?
He slowly turns to look at the double-barrel pistol he has and just stares at it for a long, long moment.
It doesn't appear to be any different than it is already. No hum of magic, just a barrel.
Yes, well, I, or rather the person who I appear to be now, their last memory was of running for their lives from a place in Droon, far to the south, a prison of some sort. They were being horribly abused. But there's no way that they could have run this far north by themselves. Not in the state that they were, that I guess I was in. And what of you, Jerry? I don't think, from what my other self recalls, Your kind aren't seen down here very frequently, nor are gnolls particularly rangeous in this area. He looks pointedly at Patrick's character.
Yes. It seems me and my people, we're at least Moangi natives, though quite far from home.
I have no idea where I am.
We're in Vidrian, I believe.
The name means something, but it's like I don't know where that is. I'm having this kind of dissonance.
Yeah. It appears to be some colonial backwater, from what little I've seen and from what little I know. Strange person, educated in all the sorts of finery of nobility, and yet abused to the point of near death. How strange.
And, Vanguard, does either of your characters have any, like, thing to say here?
Ugh. Unless you moved away from the bar, not really.
Did you not
Because
accompany them to the meeting?
Oh, yeah, I probably did. I just was trying to stay conscious.
Oh? Where did Snecky go?
I
Mickey,
think
is it
Burp
here?
having... There we go.
I've been here.
You
Yeah.
vanished like someone hit the refresh
Hmm.
button.
I don't know why.
Nah, he's just in silent.
So,
Yeah, so Choosy is just, you know, just coiled up in the corner, just watching all of you silently, unblinkingly, just staring and listening to all of you having a conversation, not understanding a word of it, but just reading body language as it seems to be you're all trying to come to some kind of decision and terms with yourselves. So
and
they're just letting you try and find inner peace.
so Vanguard.
Yeah.
What's your character's input on all this since you've been quiet this entire time?
Aside from fading in and out, no, actually, I honestly don't have one. That's just me trying to stay awake and pay attention.
So they were talking about what obviously happened to all of them.
Oh, okay, that subject. Yeah, he's not even sure why, but he feels more comfortable like this. Probably because he's not large anymore.
Well, whatever the case may be, that was like a once-in-a-millennium event that got us here. So I think we're pretty well stuck here. Well, those parts of us that were someone else. That other guy, that weird pretty pony, I remember being him, and yet I also remember being me, and it's all blurry, but right now, I see it like this. I'm Proud Mandrake, living Proud Mandrake's life, and I'm just gonna do that.
Simple enough.
Well, considering that Miss Sankar, as she calls herself, is the spitting image of her own mother, it wouldn't do is to run around as her as much as possible. Especially considering that, she didn't have much of a life to live to begin with. We'll have to decide. I'll have to decide what to do about this.
You could always talk to us if it gets too much.
That's why I'm talking about it now.
I really don't feel any different like this. Sure, I'm not as big as I used to be, but being that big had problems to begin with.
Well, you've
But-
certainly traded in that slender piece of steel for quite the cleaver.
Hmm. Yeah, that's another thing. I traded in a family traditional weapon for what effectively amounts to a people cleaver.
Well, I suppose there's not much for it, but to keep going on. It
No.
seems we've all been displaced in this life as well as the one that we were in, regardless of whether we got teleported around a little bit.
I suppose if we're looking at it that way, the main thing should be, what do we do?
I suppose all we can do is make our way in this world as best we can. I don't see... Those portals are extremely rare on Earth, and they may or may not even exist here. And even if they do, they may just lead to some other world, some other danger. I say we get comfortable where we are, and do what we have to get along.
There wouldn't be a way to figure out how to access those portals from, maybe even make them on this side?
I thought the four of us got along as is.
Well, I'm not saying that isn't, friend, but I think that way lies madness.
It also feels weird not to be able to cast magic anymore.
I mean, I couldn't cast magic to begin with, so it's not that different.
What did that matter? You made up for that with your skill and your gun. No offense intended.
I must admit,
A little taken.
I must admit I'm at an impasse as to how to deal with our lovely, very curious little savior.
Yeah, our little guide. Looks like they could only even remotely understand our body language. Can't understand a word we're speaking.
I think she's fucking with us.
That's even if it is a she.
Huh.
I think
Even I'm not gonna even bother asking that, no matter
I'm-
what body I was in.
Well, there's certainly more. They certainly know more than they're letting on, but I do think that the language barrier is.
It's overcomable if we can figure out a way to dent it in the first place.
Well, the snake seems useful, so let's keep him around, but I'll put it like this. As of right now, I feel like my duties to my tribe, and at this point, you guys, I count as part of that, so, I don't know. Right now, survival's foremost on my mind, so, we gotta get resources, get shelter, defend ourselves, and I don't know, try to work back to my proper homeland, maybe.
Our proper homeland.
But this is Ricky's homeland.
Mine haven't changed. I always thought of the group first in a combat situation. That's not gonna change outside. Even if I can be more brutal compared to before.
And I suppose it is what it is. We simply have to deal with life as it comes for now.
And you sure you're comfortable in that body of yours?
So, why do you think I was in that little boys' club in London in the first place? Little problem certain kobolds have. If you look into my family tree, you'll find that there's only one Madame Berrycloth.
That sounds like it complicates matters.
Indeed, so it's not best kept unimportant.
I
Got
barely remember what a berry cloth is. I think I found.
Family tree, if I remember right. Like, remember how I'd go on and on about the Emperor and all that, and how my family has served him for years and shit?
Hardly seems to matter now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, same principle, but they're right. Our little guest has been a good fighter at the very least.
Indeed, quite the skilled woman with that whip sword.
A whip sword?
Indeed.
So that's what you call it. We called it one of the devil's weapons.
It certainly is devilishly tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing you know, looking at their weapon, Cheesy will, you know, pull it off their hip and you know, just let it unfurl for before pulling it out for you guys to examine.
Kind of her. If they even are. I won't lie, I miss my blade.
So, have you all affirmed to live this life to the fullest? Or return home as soon as possible?
I'm with our now null friend. We're gonna live our life till we can. If an opportunity arises, we're gonna take it. If not, we're living our life as is.
Ericloth and Sankar have decided to go with life where the wind blows. Not saying that if some opportunity arises, they wouldn't take it. But again, as they said, hunting those kinds of secrets down in some vain hope, that way lies madness and despair.
But at the very least, we won't have to deal with this new life alone. Even if I don't quite understand what I am.
Alright. Siegfried. You feel a thrumming of energy in your heart of hearts. And you feel the need to stretch out.
In coincidence with that instinct, he'd start looking around if there's enough room.
There's enough room. Although you might shove at least one person up against a wall in the process.
Yes, I think we'll be fine. No. Proper words would be you. You all would be fine. And without meaning to, he would accidentally drop the disguise. And you'd get to see what he actually looks like. Granted, the main change comes from going from a tall, medium-sized, two-legged creature to a tall, medium-sized, four-legged creature. Which, incidentally, does have the effect of pressing a few of you up against the wall.
Good heavens.
Cheesy just looks up, down, kind of tilting one way, Tolton the other, and just says, "Rar?"
Is this what I think it is?
Roll and lore dragons, would you please, Mr. Siegfried? Per the rules that are written, that is both specialized and it is your own people, so that should be a success. You know this scale pattern as that of a paradise dragon, a dragon that hails from the heavens.
But the Emperor, this is my blessing? What do you guys think?
Interesting.
You're a dragon.
Baron, so Sankar / Berry Cloth. They are pressed up against the wall. They look down, and they just say, "Oh my, I think I'm in heat."
Wait, what?
Sorry. He'd side glance over at Choosy, like wanting an expression of what she thinks. And he's still assuming, mind you.
As I said, Choosy just, tilting, left, right, trying to decide on what they think. They just, trying to figure out exactly what you are.
The dragon has a very boopable snoot.
Yes, reaching out, the snake boops the snoot.
I'm going to go with you don't mind. And the three of you?
I would take the time to learn to make sure that you can hide that form.
I just followed my instincts and this is what happened. Pride Mane?
What?
Mandrake. Yeah. For a minute there, he actually took Proud and Man and mixed them together. Do you have an opinion?
Well, it's certainly interesting. You look pretty powerful, so should be helpful.
Well, I'm a paradise, if my academic knowledge is anything. And we're a breed that is descended from the heavens and are effectively celestial guardians.
Well, in that case.
Usually to great people like the Emperor.
Well, I think I've already given my opinion, now if you'll excuse me.
Still sorry, Thankar.
Why are you apologizing to her? She said looking at you made her feel like she was... That's not a bad thing.
Most would take it as a compliment.
Yeah. This is probably a bad time to mention that I've not had a romantic relationship. Just one night stands.
You say that like that is a bad thing.
For my family, it was.
Which one?
Previous. Now I don't think it's gonna matter. Anyway, I think I know what to do with such power. And you try and turn back.
What strange things occur when fate, time, and life conspire and take twisting turns upon the river of life. Thank you for tuning in to Season 2 of The Gentlemen of Four Outs. Episode 1, A New Life, A New Day. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time, same day of the week. Tomorrow will be Friends with Games with Friends. See you all, and have a wonderful night.
Ah.